Aries, hello, welcome to the greenhouse. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I wanted to take a look at your energy, the person on your mind's energy, as well as the mutual energies between the two of you. For you, we are going to use the Rainbow Tarot. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. For your person, we're going to use the Rainbow Tarot. For you, we're going to use the Weird Cat Tarot. And for the mutual energy, we're going to use the Aleister Crowley Tarot. So let's go ahead and look at the mutual energy first. I did pre-shuffle these decks, but now that you're also in the room, let's get this cooking. Aries, please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Only you know what's accurate and actionable for you in your life, so. Let's redo that shuffle. Okay, let's take a look at the mutual energy between Aries and the person on their mind at this time. Okay, we have the Chariot, fast movement, balance. That's lovely. We love to see that. The Eight of Swords and the Three of Discs with the Universe at the bottom. So I feel like this is somebody that maybe has been delaying coming towards you, Aries, because we have Eight of Swords here and it is interference in this deck, but I kind of feel like it's just their own mental interference. The Eight of Swords is all about self-imposed limitations and like imprisonment. So I think they're just like dealing with a little bit of fear at this time. But I feel like they're going to come forward, and when they do, it's going to be swift, and they're going to probably even explain to you what the holdup was. And it might have been something to do with work, or like they wanted to make sure they brought you like a good plan, because the Three of Discs is like collaboration and working together. So I feel like they've been trying to like work on their pitch, if you will, and now they're coming forward. The universe suggests that like they're wanting to kind of end a cycle and enter into a new one. Princess of Wands on the bottom, like maybe a warmer one or just a more charismatic one. This could be like, you know, coworkers to friends, friends to lovers, something like that. But at the end of the day, this person has not been able to come forward because they are caught up in something to do with just something they're working on. With Mars energy, it's like where they're putting most of their action and energy. And with Capricorn, that would be 10th house. So it could very well be work where it's just like, I honestly don't have time for this connection. I've been trying to find a way to make time for it, and that's the delay. So let's take a look at your energy, Aries. The Chariot card is also a Cancerian card, so I like that the mutual energy between you guys is like warmth and momentum. I'm getting like caravan vibes, like a home on the go, like van life. Maybe this is like someone that's maybe even working on leaving their 9 to 5 because they feel trapped by their job and they want to figure out a way to just like kind of live a more nomadic lifestyle. Maybe that's what you guys are kind of talking about. All right. Aries, what's your energy when it comes to this person? Show me Aries energy. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups right off the bat. So you like this person. You feel very warm and very sweet when this person's around. 7 of Wands, but there's still some guardedness in this connection. I don't feel like it's, well, let's just keep pulling and then we'll get talking. Show me Aries energy when it comes to this person. The 10 of Cups. Aries, my goodness. You're about this. You're really about this. But we still have the 8 of Swords at the bottom, right? So it's like, this is the real energy, right? The cards that are flying, but the cards that are at the bottom are probably like what are contributing to this holdup. We have the 7 of Wands, which is kind of like being a little closed off, fending off distractions, or just like not really knowing if you want to like be open to this, because it'll take some kind of work. Also with the work card. And then the 8 of Swords again is like this person's really in their head thinking about the difficulties of, or you're really in your head thinking about the difficulties of expressing this love, because the Knight of Cups is the messenger of love and the 10 of Cups is like the end all be all in terms of love. So I think maybe it's just like, how do I pose this in a way that doesn't overwhelm the receiver? I don't know, but you clearly are all systems go when it comes to this. Let's get one more for Aries energy when it comes to this person. Justice. So I love how it kind of like fell on top of the Chariot, because it lets me know that it will be balanced when it is time for this thing to move. Also, I'm sorry, my cat is about to go into her litter box right now, so you're gonna hear some scratching and maybe some meowing. But we are using the cat deck. I feel like she felt it. Oh, and the star on the bottom. You might have your eyes on an Aquarius or someone that just like is in the spotlight or that you find particularly sparkly. But there is something about like everyone in the situation wanting to get balanced before doing this. And it's funny because the Chariot, while it is motion, it's motion because balance has been achieved. Like we can see there's like white and black sphinxes here. It's more like pronounced in the wider weight Smith deck. But yeah, it's about balancing opposites, masculine, feminine, day and night, you know. It's coming together and realizing that opposites attract for a reason, and it's because if done right, it creates balance. So I love that. Oh my gosh, and look, we have the Eight of Swords on the bottom of their deck as well. So these people, they're both in their head about this. They're both holding back. They're both giving themselves a reason why this isn't cooked yet. It's not ready yet. But I feel like that's gonna change very quickly. Let's look at your person's energy. This person's energy towards Aries. We have the King of Wands. It did kind of come out reverse. I don't want to harp on that, but I do want to maybe be like, this person isn't feeling their most confident at this time, for it to have come up reverse. But I think that that's what they're focusing on. Like they're trying to become more confident. Can we get more about this person? They could also be a Leo. We have the Four of Cups. Yeah, like there's something... I like, if you are working on your pitch towards this person or vice versa, I can really understand why, because they're a little closed off. We do have the Judgment on the bottom though, so there is like a reckoning feeling. Yeah, like maybe it's like they want to end this, you know, this card doesn't normally give me distance, but the word that's coming to mind is distance. And it's just like emotional distance. They want to put an end to the emotional distance and understand what is possible between the two of you, but they're also like not feeling fully in their fire. So it's adding complications. It's adding to the Eight of Swords, right? Okay, and then the Ten of Wands, right? So they're trying to come out of this. They're trying to release burden. They're trying to be able to like... Who else flipped? Hi, Spaghetti. What's up? Saying hi to Aries. And then the Seven of Wands again. So these are two defensive people, you know, but there is going to be an offer, and I do think it's going to be made from this person, Aries. They're just making sure, there's something about like making sure their energy is clean before coming to you, and not like they're dirty or anything like that, but you know, the expression like, make sure you heal, because it's unfair to make like your new person pay for the sins of the person of your past. I think that's the kind of cleanliness we're talking about here. They just want to make sure they're not bringing any old stagnant energy or worth issues or hang-ups into this. Because on the bottom of the deck, we have the Star and the Ace of Pentacles. So like, there is like going to be a gift or a proposal or some kind of offering made to the sparkly one. You know, like if this is your person and this is you, flip it, put it however it fits. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like it's an end of interference in the connection. And you know what's really coming to mind, Aries, with the interference and three of discs work, because this is like really giving me chakra energy right now. I really feel like maybe it's just like the self-work has kind of kept you closed off and unable to completely go into things wholeheartedly, because it's like, well, wait, I said I would do that once I achieved this, and that. And the universe is like, okay, like, yeah, okay, you made a good plan for yourself, sure, but like, a brilliant plan is flexible and realizes that like when the universe is trying to give you something, you open up to that something and adjust your plan, because it might make things a lot better or a lot easier or completely change the course entirely. And while that's scary, we want to make sure we're not living on attachment to outcomes, and that we're living in flow with what our guides and what our soul and higher self is trying to help us achieve. And I do understand that healing is an important part of the journey, but it's not the whole journey. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And let's quickly, I want to go through another deck. I want to get my Rider-Waite because I love it, but YouTube is so weird with their restrictions. Like it's art, bro. It's not nudity. Like, don't yell at me for using a 100-year-old deck. 100, it's not. It was made in like the 70s. But anyway, let's just use the Marseille, I guess. Yeah, okay. So Aries, I'm just gonna go through the zodiac to see specifically like if you're if this is you in another Aries or Taurus, we're gonna go through all of the signs to see who you might be dealing with, because I thought that might be fun. This is the first time I'm doing a kind of reading like this, so please feel free to let me know how you like it, and if you have any suggestions, maybe you want me to start with your energy, their energy, and then end on the mutual energy instead next time, because I do think I want to continue playing around with this kind of energy. So let me know what you think. Please hit that thumbs up if you got something out of this reading, and subscribe to the channel. I am a brand new channel, so I do really appreciate any engagement you choose to share. Okay. Aries dealing with a fellow Aries. One card for each spirit, please. Aries dealing with fellow Aries. 2 cards we get. Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. This is someone making decisions about how to move in the most stable way. But we have the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the, or 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So they're still doing that significant healing work. They're still in their cocoon. Aries dealing with the Taurus. We have the 7 of Pentacles. This is someone that wants to invest, but with the 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, they're still at war with themselves on whether or not it'll be worth it. Gemini. Dang. We have the Ace of Cups, and that shit flew out and on this side. So if you're dealing with the Gemini, this person is all about it. Judgment on the bottom. This could very well be love at first sight, which would explain, being like, wait a minute, how do I shift gears here? Because, wow. Okay, Cancer. Aries dealing with a Cancer. We have the Knight of Cups. So you very well could be dealing with a Cancer. This is someone that wants to bring you a love offer. With the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation. Like you can see the hurt in their love offer. Like you can see how much courage it takes them to be able to bring it to you because of what they've been through in their last situation. Leo. Aries dealing with a Leo. Aries dealing with Leos. We have the Star. So again, very well could be This is, and then the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well. So this person definitely sees you as somebody, oh, I'm going to hide it because I don't want to get in trouble for the nudity, but they see you as someone that's very authentic and someone that they want to get to know more because they just feel some kind of healing energy coming from you and really value that vibe. Virgo, Aries dealing with a Virgo. Okay, we have Temperance, the Hermit, and the Three of Pentacles. This person's working on something within themselves that still needs more time. Yeah, the Magician on the bottom of the deck. Like they can't be distracted by this connection at this time. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath for Virgo at this time, Aries. Okay, Libra. We have the Four of Swords. Libra is on a pause. They're resting. They're recharging. Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. They might also be like recharging because maybe they were given to more than one situation. The Six of Pentacles can sometimes hit me as breadcrumbing. And I am getting a little bit of that at this time. And now like I'm really thirsty. So Libra might be like thirsty and in a rest. Or trying to not be thirsty and going into a meditative state so that they don't lead too many people on without knowing what it is they actually want. Scorpio, that was fast. Scorpio, we have the Two of Wands. They're making decisions about you. Eight of Cups, they're making decisions whether they want to come out of this healing chapter for you or not. You know, they feel really strongly for you, but they just don't want to, that's the like don't want to bleed their energy over onto you kind of vibe for sure. Sagittarius, Aries dealing with a Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sag got, like, went ghost. They got nothing for you. Four of Wands, Four of Swords. They're also in rest and contemplation. Yeah, they got nothing to give right now. I really don't like that energy either. So if you're dealing with a Sag, no, you're not. Sorry, Aries. Capricorn. And I say that to say, like, I hope you're not, because I want better for you. Not like you think you're in something that you're not in. Like, it's just not, it's not good for you. I wanted to just restate that because I didn't want to be misunderstood. Okay, Capricorn. Aries dealing with a Capricorn. Interesting. Aries dealing with a Capricorn. We have the Ten of Wands. Capricorn's working on releasing burdens, and the Eight of Swords. So, yeah, very well could be a Capricorn you're dealing with here, Aries. They are really close to being ready to come forward, though. You know, like they don't want to be in this apathy anymore, right? Yeah, the Empress. They're ready to level up for sure if you're dealing with a Capricorn. Okay. Aquarius. Aries, if you're dealing with an Aquarius. We have the Moon. There's some stuff you don't know. The Fool, I don't like it. It's giving Sag vibes as well, but in a reckless kind of way. They might come to you like wanting a new beginning. So like if they say all the right things, you need to make sure that like you ask follow-up questions though, because they've prepared their statement. They've prepared their pitch, right? So, look for the holes. If something seems a little fishy or doesn't add up, ask that question. I don't know that I trust this person's intentions, or they might just be very withdrawn at this time and it'll take some time for their things to come out, like their feelings to come out. But I still, again, I'd leave that I'd leave that where it is to mature a little longer. And lastly, Aries, if you're dealing with a Pisces. Oh, way to knock us off the board. It might be someone you work with because it hit the work card. Ace of Cups, Hanged Man, Ten of Cups. Pisces is madly in love with you. Madly, but they're hung up in something, whether it's not knowing how to come forward or not knowing how to like stop self-sabotaging. The Lover's on the bottom of the deck, but you're everything to them. All right, Aries, that has been your yours and theirs reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did in the comments, and subscribe to the channel and give me that thumbs up. And I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.